Antoine, it's a pleasure to have you here in No Filter. I'm very happy to discover a bit what you're doing. I'm Joe Sejean. I'm the founder of Eleven, the People Engagement Network. We are only focusing on engagement, customer engagement, employee engagement. And tonight, I am beyond excited to see what you're doing to engage your clients through a product and a brand that is absolutely stunning. So, Antoine, could you introduce yourself to the crowd and tell us who you are?
Sure. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, No Filter Dubai, to invite me. Well, I'm super delighted to be here to introduce something quite. It's actually very new in Dubai, I would say. I brought to this city a maison called Colincourt Paris. And I've been actually trying to open this concept since 2015. And I took the time to find the right format to really transpose and make a duplication, I would say, of the boutique that you find in Paris, that are this kind of cozy, boutique that when you walk in Paris in the streets, and before pushing the door, you don't even know what's behind, and once you're inside, you completely love what you see, what you smell, the people, interacting with you and presenting such beautiful products.
Okay, so wait. Just the brand is Colincourt. So for the audience, it's Colincourt, correct?
Colincourt. So Colincourt, for the history, used to be a general of Napoleon.
Ah, wow. Okay.
And used to be looking after the equipment of Napoleon, and more specifically the boots, because they were riding horse back at the time. And believe it or not, but it happens that Colincourt is actually one of the ancestors of Alexis Lafont, who's the founder of the Maison Colincourt. What we're doing here in Colincourt, Dubai, we basically provide to clients a wide collection of shoes that comes exactly like this. They are manufactured in France in a very well-known tannery called Tannerie Dupuis. So it comes this way in a natural leather. There's no color on it, and basically this is the before, and this is the after. So the reason my hands are dirty, they're not dirty. It's actually a noble, product that we use from France, the ink, and upon as per the client's request, we basically do whatever they want.
Wow. So every pair of shoes comes like that.
Like that, and they eventually get this way and very unique.
But how much can I customize that? Because, okay, I'm looking now at a patina. Can you explain to me until which point I can choose my own shoe?
Well, the idea is actually to give the freedom to our clientele to explore their artistic, imagination. We all, drew like painting when we were kids and everything, and suddenly we stopped, and we had to quite forget about this unless you want to do sports and explore some sports where it's more like about skills, but the artistic skills, that slept for a while, I basically invite you to wake them up. And you would say, yeah, shoes are black, are brown. I would tell you, yeah, but you have maybe 5 or 6 different blacks. You have maybe 15 different browns.
Yeah.
So I can play around with. We have plenty of colors that we invent ourselves. From a base of a black, I will use other ink to have different shades of black.
Am I understanding well if, in fact, you're not really selling a product alone? You need to really get to understand who's going to buy the shoe, right?
Well, it's not that hard. It's just asking questions and listening. That's it. It's not like ready to wear, when you get in the shop and you basically see a pair of shoes. And why do we try a pair of shoes in a shop? Just to make sure that you're buying the right size. For me, it's not the way, It's you come to my shop not to of course, the size, we'll find out the size on something that is neutral, right? When you come to my shop, you're going to try something neutral.
Yeah, yeah.
But after that, the idea is to get to know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
You have the classic finance guys who would go very, classic in the way they're going to pick a patina. They're going to say, you know what, I want them black. And it happened to me quite a few times where I would tell this client, like, try to go a little bit further into the black. What kind of black do you want? Do you want a black that turns a little bit of navy blue? Because black turns to, the ink, the black ink turn into blue. Do you want a black that will turn a little bit of brown, So you ask these kind of questions. You ask also the kind of outfit this client usually wear. If it's like a corporate gentleman wearing like everyday navy suit and gray suit, it's quite easy. You can go with black, you can go with gray black, you can go with brown, you can go with green, you can go with cognac. It's unlimited. So really, to answer your question, there's no limit.
But so you're really offering a full experience, if I understand.
Indeed,
so
yes.
It's not just I'm coming and I'm picking up a product and, okay, I like this bag, I will take it. It's really someone who comes and who initially desires something that is kind of bespoke and who wants to spend time building the item he's going to buy. Is this correct?
It's totally bespoke. We're talking about this briefcase here, for example, the Oscar. This item, you could basically ask me to have it, let's say, in Python. You could have it in crocodile, but not fully. We can do some part with it, and we can also do the patina on the crocodile. You can have it in suede. It's unlimited. We're talking about this pair of shoe.
Yeah.
For example, you want to have, because bespoke doesn't end with the patina. We also do bespoke. It's the made-to-order, what we call MTO, made-to-order program that we do.
Yeah.
If you want to have only this part in leather and the rest in suede, I do it. If you want this stitch to be out, I'll do it as well. You know what I mean? It's like, in a way, it's a bit like, when you go, and I'm sure you go every day to Rolls-Royce to purchase a fancy car out there. When you pick the stitches, when you pick any characteristic, any specs, in the car, this is what we do. And I'll be honest with you, again, when it's the first time you visit us in the shop, it's quite tricky because it never happened to you to get that much freedom to buy something that, I'm sorry to say, became like a kind of uniform,
Yeah.
I buy a Oxford, I buy a Derby, I buy Chelsea boots. I just need to get something at my size that is comfortable, that will last, and that will match with my outfit. So it's going to be either black or brown, things like that. We go beyond that.
The market of shoes for people who love shoes is quite, well designed. There is Weston, you have John Lobb, you have Corte, you have, all the, these big brands, Berluti. Your shoes look quite distinctive, but somehow we could compare them. What I know is that when I want to do something bespoke with Berluti, or I want to do something bespoke with John Lobb, it's going to cost me a fortune. Can I ask you, where do you make the difference? Where do you sit?
That's a very good point. You're talking about money, but you're also forgetting something, time.
Mm-hmm.
You pay a lot of money
Yeah.
to get something that you will get quite a long time after.
Yeah.
When I say long time,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a few months.
it's like 6 to 8 months,
Yeah.
right? When you visit our shop, you're going to have your bespoke shoes with your bespoke patina. After 3 weeks, it's going to be delivered to you.
Oh.
That's one. Now, if you want to go to the MTO, the made-to-order program, it's maximum 3 months. So in terms of time, we're pretty good. And we are not downgrading the quality with that. We're not rushing, to get you something quicker. It's just that this is actually the time we need. we saw it. You know, that's what we see on daily basis. Now, if you're talking about money, I will not divulge like the actual price of these brands that you mentioned, but basically for one just ready to wear pair of shoes of this brand, you can have a bespoke from my brand, and you can have 2 more in your shopping bags. So for the price of one, at my shop, you're gonna have 3. And you mentioned one of these brands, they come from the same factory. So again, manufactured in France, Tannerie du Puy, and hats off for Alexis Lafont, you know, to Alexis Lafont, because he created this brand back in 2007, and this is a very conservative industry. Knocking at the door of this kind of factory when you're just like 25, 26 years old, coming with, you sketch, you know, you draw like shoes on papers and knocking at the doors, and it's because he's respecting the DNA of this industry, of this very old, you know, factories, that this is where we are today.
Antoine, what's your background to do this? Because what have you done before?
My background is I'm a former client to the brand, so this is also quite easy for me to you know hire new clients, because I was this client before. I discovered this maison in 2012. I used to work in the luxury industry, in the cosmetics, and then shortly for Lacoste ready to wear, and then I joined the Maison Cartier for a couple of years, where I was always in the region, and then I was the head of sales for Roger Dubuis, which is a fine watching brand, like very. And that's funny because it's the same, you know, at Roger Dubuis you can actually order your own watch.
Do you guide them? Because you know sometimes having so much freedom can be a bit strange. You know, you give me a product like that, this starter pair of shoes. I'm not sure I would be able to pick and to choose what I want. How does it work for you? How would you guide me in choosing? Would you try to guess my personality? Would you? I mean, you see my point, right?
It's a team job. I'll be completely transparent with you. Most of the gentlemen that come to my shop come with their wives.
Okay.
And no one knows better the husband but the wife. And most of the time, their wives are pushing their husband to
be more creative.
Let's do it.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And I had this lady just passed by today to say hi. She actually got a pair of sneakers after she purchased a pair of loafers, these ones, in electric blue.
Oh, wow.
Her husband is like 62 years old and he's an accounting.
No, but I've seen
blue, you know,
a pair of yellow shoes that I think is in the cover of this chat. You
right,
know,
and I'm sorry because these yellow shoes are not actually yellow at the end. It's just that I need to put a very light base. Actually, the base of this one was yellow at the beginning. The very first layer of ink that I put was a very shiny yellow. So, but now to answer your question is, you don't feel rushed when you come. You can stay like a couple of hours and feel like it's been only 10 minutes.
Okay.
Why? Because it's, first of all, you don't come to my shop, you come to my home. It's a maison. That's why we call this kind of brands maison. There's a door, there's a main door, it's actually in a villa. And then you come to my shop inside this villa, and I'm so glad to have you that my top priority is I want to know who you are, you know? And then when I know who you are, I see if you're just cracking jokes. I'm gonna get to know, you know, what you do here, what kind of maybe of cars you have, you know. From the name of your kids, I could maybe tell if you're dairy or not, things like that. You could have maybe a hidden tattoo or something like that. So it's just full, you know, I don't want to say screening because, but it's just I want to know you.
Have you ever said no to a client who wanted
Yes.
something? No.
Yes.
Someone who wanted something.
And I hate to say no, but yes. So I had few phone calls from Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. People who wanted to, basically sending me an email or WhatsApp. I need this pair, screenshot. Send me a 42. This is my address. Give me your bank details. I transfer you the money. I'm really sorry, my dear. If I were just seeking for the cash, yeah, let's do it. But we do half size. Are you a 42 or a 42 and a half? Are you a 42 and a half with an insole inside? You know what I mean? So I don't want you to be a one shot. I want you to discover Colincourt entirely and be fully satisfied. I don't want my shoes, because I take time on it, to be sleeping in a closet.
Okay, but
So
you
the
never,
no is never front face to face.
Of course, of course. So, but did you say no to a client, for example, who came and wanted a color that you would refuse to do, or a
No.
mix of color that you would refuse to do?
The only no that I can say is on these shoes, if you want to have them white, because white
Yeah.
ink doesn't exist.
Yeah. Okay.
But since the product come this way, natural leather,
yeah.
and it's not a color, so basically that's the color of the calf, right?
Have you ever sold one pair of shoes exactly like that without any patina?
I sold accessories and I sold sneakers like this, because
wow.
funnily, the sneakers, the fabric, the look is different. Why?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
they are from Italy. Italy means different beast,
Yeah.
different climate,
Yeah.
and different food. So the color of the skin of the calf is different. So yes, I do it.
For people who love shoes, who really have a passion for shoes, okay? What do you want to tell them today that is not necessarily linked to the brand, that is really about, this guy who has this number of pair of shoes? Is there an advice that you want to give to them? Is there something that you want to share with them? Because to get to your place, you need to have a kind of a passion for beautiful things and a bit of a passion for shoes. You don't come to your place we don't go to Colincourt just because we want to buy a pair of shoes, right? You need to have somehow a bit of a background for shoes. What would you say to people who are super passionate about shoes, from you to them, I would say?
It's a good question. This pair of loafers I'm wearing, they are 8 years old. So again, I really want to insist on when you purchase something from me, and I actually have clients who are bringing, competitors' shoes to do repatina on them, and I'm talking about top brands, and the shoes were given to them by their dad or even granddad.
Wow.
Right? So I'm not, again, selling and proposing to buy a pair of shoes. I'm selling a story behind this, because there will be a story. So if you love shoes and you never did your own shoes, because you can go to other brands and ask, I want to have a bespoke patina.
Yeah.
Yes, but they're going to give you different shade of color and you cannot really play around. So one word is like freedom. You're free to come. You're free to do whatever you want. And you basically come to my shop for a new story, basically. It's, for me, the whole package is there. And again, I'm a former client. I'm still a client, but this is why I fell in love with this maison, and this is why I decided to actually represent this maison, Colincourt in Dubai, is because they got me so bad that I'm going to get you so bad as well.
Okay.
And in a very smooth and easy way, because you're the one deciding. I'm your guy, You tell me what you want, I'll do it. So quality, freedom, and value.